decision to notify the Electoral Commission of a vacant Kpandai parliamentary seat, followed by the EC's move to schedule a December 30 rerun, has drawn sharp criticism from the NPP and some legal analysts. The dispute stems from a November 24, 2025 Tamale High Court ruling ordering a rerun within 30 days. More in the following report by ChannelOne News' Daniel Sakite.
As the December 30 date set by the Electoral Commission for the Kpandai parliamentary rerun draws closer, the matter remains firmly before the courts, raising questions about the timing and legality of the planned exercise. The incumbent Member of Parliament for Kpandai, Martin Indam, has filed a notice of appeal and is also seeking a stay of execution against the Tamale High Court ruling which ordered the rerun of the election. His legal action means the dispute is far from settled. Speaking on City FM and ChannelOne TV's Weekend Current Affairs program, The Big Issue, former Member of Parliament for 2nd D, Andrew Ejapamesa, questioned the decision to take steps towards a rerun while the courts are still seized with the matter.
27 sub-rule 2. When an application is pending for determination under sub-rule 1, and sub-rule 1 is where you file an application for stay, right? Of this rule, any proceedings for execution of the judgment or decision to which the application relates shall be stayed. How then is it the case that the Speaker of Parliament allows the clerk, in the light of these express provisions of the law, to write to the Electoral Commission to proceed with the rerun?
Private legal practitioner Amanda Clinton has also expressed concerns about the process, arguing that proceeding with a rerun amid pending legal actions risks undermining due process and public confidence in the electoral system.
If we accept this automatic vacancy rate at first instance, it means that any MP can lose a seat politically permanently, appeals become meaningless, and parliamentary stability potentially collapses.
However, Director General of the National Road Safety Authority, Abraham Amaliba, disagrees with the criticism. He says the minority's actions in disrupting parliamentary proceedings over the issue were unjustified and says the minority leadership ought to be replaced.
I am of the view that in this current situation that we find ourselves, the MPP itself has shot itself in the foot. You don't maintain leadership that led you into opposition to be the same leaders in opposition.
Really?
Yes, you don't do that. You should have, by now, there should have been change of leadership so that they will bring in new, fresh of ideas. The way it is, these are leaders who brought you to opposition, and you see, every conduct of theirs is like somebody who's peeved that my position has changed. There's no clear thinking about, and that dovetails into what he's saying. At this point, you need to have a leadership that will endear itself to the greater people of this country so that they can bring you back to power.
Meanwhile, Senior Research Fellow at CDD Ghana, Dr. John Osai Kwapon, has suggested a more limited approach. He proposes that any rerun should be confined to selected electoral areas affected by the dispute rather than the entire constituency.
When you read the conclusion of what came out of the High Court, the suggestion seems to be, if these areas were problematic that we've been able to document, what about the rest where we were not even able to document that? It sort of cast a shadow on the entire election and therefore rerun the entire thing. I, again, felt that it should have been a little more constrained and restricted to the places where, there was evidentiary support that there were problems there.
President of Imani Africa, Franklin Kojo, has also weighed in, blaming the Electoral Commission for what he describes as avoidable confusion surrounding the rerun process in the communication of its decisions.
The collation issues and the rest, which tells me that the fourth of this whole process was actually the Electoral Commission. We always said that the whole Electoral Commission is, the fact that they allow this to happen is, they should be chastised. You understand? So I feel bad about the whole process. I feel that it's a disservice to the candidates who won. And I hope that he wins again, really. Of course, if he wins, that's fine. I don't know whether NDC wants to carry all these majority people. It's as if they want to take buy one, get one free. I don't even know what they want.
On a related issue, former 2nd MP Andrew Japan Mesa has dismissed claims that the Office of the Special Prosecutor was created to target members of the National Democratic Congress, insisting the institution was set up to serve national interests and not partisan ends.
It was for good reason that His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo put together this Special Prosecutor's Office. Okay, consistent really with international best practice. Okay, wasn't intended to hound any NDC appointees.
Meanwhile, Director General of the National Road Safety Authority, Ibrahim Amaleba, has been commenting on the recently passed Okada legislation.
Now, when you are arrested for flouting the laws, the MTTD would enforce punishment.